So they think it was an anesthesiologist. How do you say it?
Anesthesiologist. You just say it fast and with confidence. That's what you taught me.
Yeah, that's right.
Anesthesiologist.
And you got it.
Anesthesiologist.
Well, no one said go Spain with it.
Or simply the Mad Gasser was the name given to the person or people believed to be responsible for a series of apparent gas attacks that occurred in Mattoon, Illinois during the mid-1940s. More than 24 separate cases of gassings were reported to police over the span of 2 weeks, in addition to many more reported sightings of the suspected assailant. The Gasser's supposed victims reported smelling strange odors in their home, which were soon followed by symptoms such as paralysis of the legs, coughing, nausea, and vomiting. Hey everyone, welcome back to Wiki University, the podcast that dives down the rabbit hole of Wikipedia. Just like we do on every episode, we'll be connecting two very different topics across our favorite website. I'm Kyle Burseth, I'll be your professor, and as always, I'm joined by the student at WikiU that just cannot get enough extra credit, Jason Nunez.
So I can't stop learning, guys. I'm addicted to learning.
Oh, I mean, as your professor, I think that's great.
I know you make me stay after school, and then you cut up some education, and then you make me snort it with a
pure education.
I mean, I've had a lot of education in my day, and
Yeah.
I've come to notice that yours, it's the purest.
Mainline that.
Mainline this podcast, guys, by liking and subscribing, and mostly just how about a review, a thumbs up review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Give 2 thumbs up if it's an option.
3 if you can make it happen. Hey, go for it.
Oh man, yeah. Get a friend in there.
I'm excited to start this episode. A little double-edged sword. I'm a little disappointed because we did not make it to our topic on our last episode.
Your topic.
My topic.
We made it to mine.
Yeah,
because we started with it.
Yeah, it was base level.
Yeah.
So, but this time I'm excited because we actually get to talk about my topic a little bit.
I'm excited about that.
Which was, if you don't remember, the Mad Gassers of Mattoon.
Mad Gassers? You made it plural.
Well, we don't know. That's the whole mystery of it.
Well, we know the article is Mad Gasser of Mattoon. But spoiler alert.
But it's still like there's a lot of theories going on. We don't know if it's even a person or persons.
We don't even know what it is.
That's true.
Because we didn't get to it. And I got to be honest with you, Jason. Usually I can't help myself. I want to read ahead. I haven't read anything since we left off. I was so angry that we didn't make it to the Mad Gasser of Mattoon that I couldn't even bring myself to read ahead.
I haven't read anything since middle school, so you're in good company.
That's great. What happened to mainlining education?
You can. I've been snorting it all, not reading it.
True. I do most of the reading here.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, let's switch it. Let's have an opposite day one day.
Nah, let's not go crazy.
It's like a field day.
I don't want to give the keys of the asylum to the inmates.
Can we do a field day? Can we do a little outside? A little PE class?
We could do a PE. You know I love PE.
Unless it's swimming.
Maybe some over-under?
Over-under? What's an over-under?
You don't remember field day?
I mean, mostly the tug-of-war. That was fun.
Tug-of-war? That was fun.
In the water, and something involving water, because it was summer. Field day was always outside for us.
Whoa.
In a field?
No, field day was never during summer. It was always during the school year.
Well, right before summer, either summer. It's at the end of the year, at the end of the school year, so the beginning of the summer.
Okay, all right. So it wasn't at summer school.
I didn't say summer school.
Yeah, but summer is summer. There's no school in summer.
Now you're getting me on technicalities of seasons.
Okay, well.
I'm sorry I'm not up to date on your Gregorian calendar.
Okay, anyway, field day. You want to have field day?
I want to have a field day. Let's do it.
Oh, okay. With physical activities.
Yes, a tug of war. Me versus you.
And the over-under.
Which explain, by the way, before we leave.
I recall, they would take all the students from the class, put them in line.
Okay. I already don't like it, the situation.
And I think you would take a kickball,
Yeah.
and the first person would go over, then the next person behind would grab and go under between their legs. Then you go over and under and over, and then the person at the back of the line takes the ball, has to run up to the front of the line. You start it again until the first person ends back up at the front.
So who wins, who loses?
So you're competing against other classes. So whoever finishes first wins.
So you got like all of 4th grade competing with all of 5th grade?
Well, usually it's 4th grade competing against other 4th grade classes.
Okay, teams. Okay. I remember, field day.
What did you go to, like a one-room schoolhouse as a
We
kid?
went to one-
There was one 4th grader, one 5th grader.
I had a 4th grader and a junior in my class, and I was in 8th grade.
Get out of here.
No joke.
No.
I'm a schoolhouse boy.
I don't believe it.
I'm a schoolhouse boy. Look at me.
I'm always curious about those schoolhouse boys.
Yeah? You're looking at him.
Because
I'm curious, too.
because you had like a high school student in your class as a 1st grader,
Right.
and it's kind of like, I'll be learning that. I already heard this every year.
I thought you were going to say, like, do you get a closer relationship with the teachers, since they kind of like back in the day when you got a closer relationship with your doctor because he, like, pulled you out of your mother's hole. And so, like, if you
That's
stay
a
in this,
scientific term?
that is a PhD term.
Ma'am, I'm going to yank this out of your hole.
WikiU is teaching. We've gone medical as well. We have a whole medical clinic, don't we?
We sure do.
Yeah, it's all volunteers.
It's the WikiU back alley clinic.
All right, I'm not gonna go on the tangent that I just thought of.
Okay.
So, but going back to what we were just talking about before that,
Yeah, field day.
you're somebody's hole.
One room
Mother's hole. That's
schoolhouse.
right.
Mother's hole.
Somebody-
Right. It was just Mother's Day. Let's all
Like a doctor.
let's all salute the moms in their holes.
Again, you know what I mean? Like small town, everyone knows each other. Your brother had the same teacher, your sister had the same teacher, your mom
Yeah.
had the same teacher, everybody.
Yeah.
So I think, I thought you were going to go in that way where it's like, let's dissect the relationship between
A 1st grader and a teacher? You're doing this.
Well, because it becomes like a second parent, right?
On this episode of WikiU, we're going to be dissecting the 1st grader, the 2nd grader, the 3rd grader.
Yeah.
And they're all held together.
I feel like a
by the
teacher,
teacher.
a professor can sometimes be a second parent, Like for you, you're reporting me on your taxes, aren't you?
Oh, you're a write-off. You're my biggest write-off. Yeah.
But that's not the case, though. So
Okay, so field day, single room schoolhouse. We're on the Mad Gasser
field
of
day, that's when the
Mattoon.
teacher tells you to stay after school.
No.
No?
No. Take it back,
Oh,
Jason.
different field day.
Yeah, different field day for you.
Anyways, that's what I want. Let's do a field day.
Okay, deal.
Yeah, great.
So your topic today is the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. My topic
Oh yeah.
is something. So a friend of mine, his name's Grant Lyon. He's a comedian. I
You
know
don't
you
need-
don't.
you don't need to
I
name
know
names.
you don't like naming names,
I don't
but
like
I want to
naming
give
names.
credit where credit's
Credits
due.
Sure.
Give him a follow on Instagram. He posted. Comedians now, you gotta post all the clips.
Oh, it's all about clips, baby.
It's all about clips.
It's all about the clips. Got to clip it.
Get your reels. Get your talks up.
Like this could be a clip. Just talking about the clip.
Just talking about the clip, that becomes content.
Oh, you get enough clips, you can get some content. It's kind of like a bit in a chunk. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it's like that, yeah.
And then you become a real success.
Yeah.
So anyway, Grant,
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
different teacher. So Grant posted a clip of his stand-up where he talks about something called Godwin's Law.
Godwin's Law.
Yeah, I had never heard of it. Have
Is
you
it-
heard of Godwin's Law? You're a Gen Z-er.
Ear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm willing to bet that it's in the same realm of like Murphy's Law and what's that other law? Jude Law.
Jude Law. Yeah. Okay.
But you know what I mean? It's like in that realm of like almost, I don't know, is it Is it like science? It's not fully science based, right? It's more
not even close.
okay.
Yeah, you're way
Pure
off.
science.
I almost had a topic like that today, but I was like, it's too close to Murphy's Law. It's too close to the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Okay.
It's too close to other things we've talked about.
Threw me a
I'll
curveball.
save it for next year.
Okay. Oh, next semester.
Yeah, when people have forgot about all those episodes, ourselves included. So, Godwin's Law is an internet adage asserting that as an online discussion grows, regardless of topic or scope, so it could start with a recipe or something, the probability of a comparison to Nazis or Adolf Hitler approaches 1. Meaning you'd start out with a recipe on Reddit, and people say, you know, my mom cooked it like this. My dad cooked it like this, whatever. Oh, well, my secret ingredient is this. You can't put this in here. And then eventually there's somebody says, well, I like to put it in there. And someone else is like, you can't put it in there. You can't put paprika in a cake, whatever. And then someone says, I can put paprika in a cake. And then someone else eventually says, what is this, Nazi Germany?
Okay.
So eventually Nazis or Hitler get thrown into the conversation.
So you're saying in any conversation, it can be like you just like your
Regardless.
example, like I'm just cooking up a meal. Next thing you know, you go 10 tiers deep into the comments, and
Yep.
there's mention of Hitler.
Exactly.
So it's like 1 degree away from Hitler. Maybe not 1, but
Well,
you know,
it eventually gets to
Hitler's always brought
1,
up.
Yes.
similar
Hitler
to like
or Nazi
our
Germany.
conversations, similar to this
Yes.
podcast, similar to life. Hitler is always being brought up.
He's always just lying low, waiting to get compared to.
Yeah.
Or Nazi Germany. It can be either or.
Because it's kind of the opposite of, or I should say, it's kind of like, you know how they say, oh, if you give a monkey a pen and paper
Uh-huh.
and enough time, they're going to come up
Go
with
into
like,
space.
no, they'll come up with like the Pythagorean theorem.
I've never heard
You've never
that
heard
one.
this?
No.
I
No,
thought you were the
that's
professor.
insane.
No, that is
No.
Coco the monkey knows math.
Check out one of our earlier episodes for Coco the monkey. Coco knows sign language, maybe some basic math.
I think everybody knows a little basic math. Even
Okay.
Coco, you know, a little 1 + 1. Now, I'm not saying 1 + 1 is going to get her the Pythagorean theorem,
Also,
but you give her enough time, like with enough time, like chances, probability, and how smart the animal.
Coco will mention
Coco
Hitler.
will mention Hitler. We'll
Yeah.
write out
Write out
the
Hitler.
swastika.
Little mustache. Also, I think Coco was a gorilla.
I didn't say.
Yeah,
they
I think
weren't.
you said Coco the monkey. Roll back the tape.
Oh, I was talking about like from Cocoa Puffs,
Okay.
not
Of course you were.
yeah, the animated cartoon.
Yeah. Cocoa Puffs, that's a bird.
Is it?
What is this? Nazi Germany?
You're giving me the Nazi third degree right now.
Anyway, so Godwin's Law. That's Godwin's Law. I don't actually know how we're going to get to it because, you know, you get to
Great.
Nazis. It's a huge topic.
But
so
what I wanted to ask is, who is this Godwin, and how come it's not called like Hitler's Law or the?
well, we all know what Hitler's law was, and Hitler's law was no good.
Yeah, it was the law of the land. It was no good.
It
No good
was
for anybody.
Yeah. It's called Godwin's Law after the American attorney and author Mike Godwin. Godwin's Law originally referenced specifically to Usenet newsgroup discussions. So I don't know what Usenet newsgroup is, but early internet, I can assume that. He stated that he introduced Godwin's Law in 1990 as an experiment in memetics. Don't know what that
Memetics?
is either. Memetics? You don't know what memetics is?
Is that genetics on meself?
Memetics. I wonder if this is where memes come from. Memetics is the study of information and culture based on an analogy with Darwinian evolution. Proponents describe memetics as an approach to evolutionary models of cultural and information transfer.
Sounds like a meme to me.
It does sound like a meme to
Yeah.
me. Anyway, so let's start at the Mad Gasser of Mattoon
Great.
and work our way over to Godwin's Law. I hope we can make it, but if not, we'll just do another TOD.
I mean, there's many that didn't make it because of Hitler's hand.
because of Hitler's Law.
Because of Hitler's Law.
I think it was Hitler's Law that you're thinking of.
I want to know more about this Godwin fellow, so I can't wait
Okay.
to get to our goal.
All right, well, let's dive in. We are on the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. The Mad Gasser of Mattoon, also known as the anesthetic prowler, the phantom. What is this word?
Menace? It's
What's
menace.
that word? The phantom
Appar-
menace. Let's just call him the Mad Gasser of Mattoon, or her.
So they think it was an anesthesiologist. How do you say it?
Anesthesiologist. You just say it fast
Ologist.
and with confidence. That's what you taught me.
Yeah, that's right.
Anesthesiologist.
And you got it.
Anesthesiologist.
Well, no one said go Spain with it.
Or simply the Mad Gasser was the name given to the person or people believed to be responsible for a series of apparent gas attacks that occurred in Mattoon, Illinois during the mid-1940s. We're already in Hitler time. More than 24 separate cases of gassings were reported to police over the span of 2 weeks, in addition to many more reported sightings of the suspected assailant. The Gasser's supposed victims reported smelling strange odors in their home, which were soon followed by symptoms such as paralysis of the legs, coughing, nausea, and vomiting. No one died or had serious medical consequences.
Wait, so no one died?
No one died. You sound disappointed by that.
Yeah, I was expecting genocide. Well, no, I just thought it was a whole mess of people. I thought it was like a pseudo-terrorist attack.
No, they just had paralysis, coughing, nausea, and vomiting. No one died. Police remained skeptical of the accounts throughout the entire incident. No physical evidence was ever found, and many reported gassings had simple explanations such as spilled nail polish or odors emanating from animals or local factories. Victims made quick recoveries from their symptoms and suffered no long-term effects. Nevertheless, local newspapers ran alarmist articles. Hey, if it bleeds, it leads, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They ran alarmist articles about the reported attacks and treated the accounts as fact. The attacks are widely considered to be a case of mass hysteria. However, others maintained that the Mad Gasser actually existed or that the perceived attacks have another explanation, such as industrial pollution. A little Aaron Brockovich situation here.
Ooh, big fan
Big fan of the Brock?
of the film Aaron Brockovich.
Okay.
Yeah. But so real quick, what do you think? Do you think it was a person? Do you think it was a natural disaster? Do you think it was some sort of like mini hysteria that happened? Because again, those times, small town, going back to the teacher
Not only
raising
that.
your family and your doctor pulling out of your mom's hole. Like, it's a small community. Everybody kind of knows each other. So if something happens, maybe there's that sort of like weird
Are you going to let me answer?
suburban housewife thing of gossip. And
It
then,
sounds like you're trying to convince me.
I am.
You're trying to sway my opinion. Here's what I think. I think it was World War II times.
Okay.
Maybe people were on edge already. Maybe, this is what I think, there was probably a couple incidents and it blew up into something bigger. However, I am skeptical that it was just air pollution because I don't know if the listeners heard, a train went by earlier. I live very close to the tracks. We get weird industry smells around this neighborhood regularly.
Really?
But it's never given me paralysis. It's never made me like vomit.
You would have sent a letter to the city, I would hope.
Now, this isn't the 1940s, and maybe, you know, this isn't my grandmother's industrial pollution, you know? What's your take? You're saying it is mass hysteria.
I think it's something that could be that was very probable in those small towns. Like, and you just mentioned the whole on edge because of World War.
Yeah.
Not only the second one being as the first one already happened, they have experienced that, or at least their parents have.
Honestly, they were probably doing Godwin's Law IRL back then, leading up to the U.S.'s entry into the war. They were probably like, what is this, Nazi Germany?
Yeah, that's where it got its name.
Right.
Godwin was there.
Okay, so here's the appearance. Most contemporary descriptions of the Mad Gasser are based on the testimony of Mr. and Mrs. Bert Kearney of 1408 Marshall Avenue. We gotta look
Oh, we
that
got
up
the
on
whole,
Zillow.
the whole, we got the whole address.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The victims of the first Mattoon case to be reported by the media. They described the gasser as being a tall, thin man dressed in dark clothing and wearing a tight-fitting cap. Another report made some weeks later described the gasser as being a female dressed as a man. The gasser had also been described as carrying a flit gun, an agricultural tool for spraying pesticide, which he purportedly used to expel the gas. This sounds like the dude in No Country for Old Men with the cattle thing.
It also sounds like telephone of like, did you see that thing?
Yeah.
And it's just
that tall, short person that was a man or a woman with dark or light hair.
Because I feel like at first it starts with, the silhouette and blah, blah, long hair. Oh, it's a woman dressed like a man. Oh, and gases. Oh, so then they must be carrying something.
I heard it was a woman with a gas coming out of her hole.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the best game of Clue I've ever played.
In the schoolhouse. So here's the reported attacks. The first of the 1944 gasser incidents occurred at a house on Grant Avenue, Mattoon, on August 31st, 1944. Urban Rafe, so we were already in World War II.
Deep in it.
Urban Rafe, that's a person's name. Urban.
With the
U-R-B-A-N. Urban. Like the word
like,
urban.
It's not like H-E-R-B.
Oh, that would
Urban.
Yeah, that would have made more sense, I think. Urban Rafe was awakened during the early hours of the morning by a strange odor. He felt nauseated and weak and suffered from a fit of vomiting. Suspecting that he was suffering from domestic gas poisoning, Rafe's wife tried to check the kitchen stove to see if there was a problem with the pilot light, but found that she was partially paralyzed and unable to leave her bed. Well, that sounds like what was your topic the one time? Sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
The demon had her, the gas demon.
The snake.
Later that night, a similar incident was also reported by a young mother living close by. She was awakened by the sound of her daughter coughing, but found herself unable to leave her bed. Okay, this does kind of sound like air pollution now. The next day, September 1st, there was a third report incident. A Mrs. Kearney of Marshall Avenue, Mattoon, reported smelling a strong, sweet odor around 11 p.m. That does sound like oven gas. At first, she dismissed the smell, believing it to be from flowers outside of the window, but the odor soon became stronger, and she began to lose feeling in her legs. Mrs. Kearney panicked, and her calls attracted her sister, Mrs. Reedy. All these misses. Give me a first name. Can we get a little informal?
They're all small town people. They have respect for each other. That's how they address each other.
Mrs. Reedy, who was also in the house at the time, Mrs. Reedy also noticed the odor and determined that it was coming from the direction of the bedroom window, which was open at the time. The police were contacted, but no evidence of a prowler was found. At around 12:30 a.m., Bert Kearney, Mrs. Kearney's husband, a local taxi driver who had been absent during the time of the attack, returned home to find an unidentified man hiding close to one of the house's windows. The man fled, and Kearney was unable to catch him. Kearney's description of the prowler was of a tall man dressed in dark clothing wearing a tight-fitting cap. This description was reported by the local media and became the common description of the gasser throughout the Mattoon incident. After the attack, Mrs. Kearney reported suffering from a burning sensation on her lips and throat, which were attributed to the effects of the gas. Initially, it was suspected that robbery was the primary motive for the attack. At the time of the incidents, the Kearneys had a large sum of money in the house. This was just after the Great Depression, so people were insulating their walls with cash back then.
Oh, yeah, yeah. People were getting throated just for their cash.
Whoa. What?
I mean, that sounded like that's what they're trying, right? Her lips and her throat were...
fully throated for cash.
For cash, yeah. It's usually how it happens.
Local newspapers incorrectly reported this incident as being the first Gasser attack. As we read, there were a couple other attacks. This is a lot here, Jason. I don't know if you want to keep going attack by attack.
Oh, that's right. Because again, there were so many attacks, and
I mean, look at this list. All right, so let me just go through.
real quick. I was just that's why it was so many attacks. That's why I was surprised that no fatalities.
Hey, this isn't Mortal Kombat. Can you imagine that's someone's finishing move?
Is gonna gas.
Get over here, and then they just slowly gas them.
That is-
and it starts with them like trying to stand up, and then they vomit, and then they become paralyzed. That's a pretty good finishing move.
That's a fatality in Mortal Kombat.
fatality or
Yeah.
finishing move. What did they call it?
Fatality is a
Fatal-
finishing move.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I gotta be honest. I only played it at the neighbor's house.
Oh, okay. Your cool neighbor.
Yo, Matt Goff was the coolest neighbor. He had cable. He had all the newest game systems.
He had HBO.
He had Nintendo before like anyone else had Nintendo. I mean, just every game system.
Parents, love or money?
No, this was the...
These-
Wait, what's love or money?
Well, I'm just saying, were they giving to the kid because they loved him or because they had money? Or both?
No, I would say they were not rich, but it was the 80s when there was still a middle class.
Hell yeah.
And they were fun.
Nintendo's for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What about snacks? How was the snacks?
Great snacks.
Right?
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Great snacks.
Big fan of those parents, man.
Anyway, so we are still on the Mad Gasser here. Here's all the incidents. There was August 31st, 1944. Then September 1st, there were 3. September 5th, there were 2. September 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Can I ask, was there a gas attack in Pearl Harbor? 'Cause then maybe we
I
can-
think that was a little bigger than the gas attack.
I just mean this one. This specific. It didn't go as far.
As Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, it just stayed in Mattoon.
No, I think it stayed in Mattoon. So here's some explanations. There are 3 primary theories about the Mattoon Mad Gasser incident. 1, mass hysteria. 2, industrial pollution. 3, a secret attack by the Japanese. Whoa.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. But funny enough, that is the order of like probability. Like the first one and then to the least probable.
I thought it was the order of how you set up a joke.
Rule of threes.
Yeah. The third was an actual physical assailant. The events also have been written about by authors on the paranormal. But let's go down to toxic waste. Waste?
Waste. Waste.
Some of that
Waste.
toxic waste.
Waste management. Sean Connery here. I'll be working on your waste management. I'm your trash man. Trash man, go home and fuck the prom queen.
Oh, wait.
It's from The Rock.
The Rock. Oh, yeah, I know. Here's the toxic waste or pollution theory. We'll call it the Brockovich theory. On September 12th, Chief of Police Cole told the press conference that odors and symptoms reported may have been the result of pollutants or toxic waste released by nearby industrial plants and speculated that carbon tetrachloride or triclo science word, both of which have a sweet odor and can induce symptoms similar to those reported by purported gasser victims, may have been the substance released. Now, let me tell you something, Jason. I mentioned earlier that this neighborhood, sometimes we get some industrial smells coming through here.
Right.
White Bones, she's all over 311, and you can report an air pollution smell
She
in
takes
your
care of her
neighborhood.
hood. Yeah, yeah.
Now, if 3 people report it,
Whoa.
they send
call
the
the dogs.
person out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the thing is, so she has me report it then.
And then you guys have a burner phone
now
together.
we got 2. Yeah, then we got a burner phone
Hell yeah.
for reporting air quality issues.
Great shit.
But so then the person calls you back and they're like, "Where are you located? Well, where'd you smell it? What time did you smell it?" And then it's like, "It's this, it's here." And he's like, "All right, well, I'm an hour away. I'll be there in the area and I'll try to sniff this out." And it's
Does
like,
he say sniff this out?
he might say sniff
Okay,
this
'cause-
out.
If I had his job, I would only say, I'm going to go ahead and sniff this out.
And I think that's really what he does. I
Yeah.
don't think he has like special tools or anything.
I mean,
I
his
think-
nose?
His nose,
Yeah?
yeah. And if he's got allergies, we're screwed.
Oh, so you think his days off are when he has allergies?
Maybe. He's
Yeah.
like, I got to call in sick, stuffed up nose.
What a waste. Toxic waste.
Okay, so
I'm toxic.
at the time of the gassing, the Atlas plant had been certified as safe by the State Department of Health. But, plants back then.
Yeah,
it's
the Department of Health slaps on health advisories on anything. For a
as
little
long as they get
cash.
paid. Yeah, they get it
Yeah.
in a brown
O-
bag.
Over the table, under the table.
Yeah,
both
we don't
times.
smell anything, do you?
Double
Only money.
double the payment. Double the payment. DP.
DP. Yeah. A lot of DP going on back then.
Yeah.
Here's the actual assailant theory. After analyzing events, some researchers have concluded that at least some of the gasser incidents were the work of an actual attacker who carried out a series of gassings as reported by witnesses. This sounds kind of like when you have like two serial killers in the same area at the same time and they
Overlap.
just happen to actually kind of like our two sock guys getting together, but they were together. That was
That was
They
beautiful.
found each
that was
other.
serendipitous.
That was
That
love,
was
yeah.
yeah.
That's it. That's the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. We don't know.
Is there anything else in sort of like a gas attack? I know last time we were trying to get to it via like mustard gas.
I'm not surprised we didn't get to it because this is so unclear.
Right. Right. They didn't really go into the science of what kind of gas, because again, no one really knows. It
Some
wasn't like-
writers have even reported that it could be explained to the paranormal. That's how far down the gasser rabbit hole we are.
like a nice paranormal.
a nice
Like
paranormal.
like a nice paranormal.
What's that mean? When the alien abducts you,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
keep going.
You know what the aliens do.
Oh, yeah.
You know what the aliens
Oh
do.
yeah.
But a nice one lubes you up first
Oh yeah.
before probing.
Wait, what?
Before the probing,
What's? Oh yeah.
when the alien probes you
Where?
in the butt,
Oh.
in your hole.
Man, where do I sign up for this? This is a COVID.
It's a
again?
lottery system, man. All right, so that's the end of the article, Jason. Where do you want to go here? I mean,
What is there a couple of choices that takes us very, very far from this?
very far from
Not very
this.
far, but just like not adjacent to Mattoon or
Well, we could go to extraterrestrial, and I think
Ooh.
I feel
there's a lot of conspiracy theories
with the Nazis,
and aliens, experimentation,
crystal skulls, the worst of
Harrison
the Indiana
Ford,
Jones movies. Shia LaBeouf.
Spielberg is Jewish. We know that.
Whoa,
Right?
All right. Well, we did do.
Well, what do you mean? I'm just saying.
What's that have to do with extraterrestrial?
Because he's obviously anti-Nazis.
Oh,
He's
he
anti-
did do Schindler's List. I thought you were saying he's an alien.
No, I'm telling you that Harrison Ford is the alien. Steven Spielberg is just normal Jewish.
Okay, normal Jewish. Whoa, what's abnormal Jewish, Jason?
The ones in America, the Japs.
Whoa, jeez.
What?
I don't even know what you're saying, but I know
Jewish
I
American princess.
okay.
Get cultured, man.
Okay, so we could go to extraterrestrial. That's a pretty broad one. Everyone knows what that is, but we could hop to it and then go to something else. There's also something that says monster in my pocket action figure.
You had me monster in my pocket.
Do you want to go to the monster in my pocket action figure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, very short. Is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's quite long, actually. Monster in My Pocket is a media franchise developed by American company Morrison Entertainment Group, headed by Joe Morrison and John Weems, two former senior executives at Mattel. The focus is on monsters and fantastical and legendary creatures from religion, mythology, folklore, fairy tales, literary fantasy, science fiction, cryptids.
So they're not Christian based.
It doesn't seem like it. It seems like
Right.
they're
because
doing
then,
a broad
because then
net.
Christians would not like the whole fantasy aspect and like the
No,
whole
no, they want to stick to
the
just.
witchcraft stuff.
I don't think Christians would like Monster in My Pocket.
Yeah.
Actually, I know some priests would, but Monster in My Pocket produced trading cards, comic books, toys.
Pocket Monsters, Pokemon.
I don't know. All right.
Is it like a rip off of Pocket of? Because that's what Pokemon are. Pocket monsters.
Oh,
Pokemon,
that's
Pocket
true.
monsters.
Let's
Monsters
see.
in my pocket.
I got you. I'm connecting the dots. Monster in My Pocket was best known as a toy line released by Matchbox in 1990. It consists of small, soft plastic figures representing monsters and later other tangentially related characters. Whoa, this is interesting, Jason.
What's up?
The lines ran into difficulty in the Hindu communities as divinities Kali, Ganesha, Hanuman, and Yama were all depicted as monsters, which included a public outcry by the Vishva Hindu Parashad.
Because those are religious figures. I take
Yeah,
it?
they
So that's like if they were to make like Jesus into a Pokemon. Kind of
Jesus
thing.
the monster.
Right.
Yeah.
He comes at you all
You
bloody.
pull it out, Jesus in my. Yeah.
He like shoots out blood from his palms.
I guess this is the see. They said it was religion based. Some of them, some
Right.
of the figures were religion, mythology, but it sounds like the religion monsters may have been less Anglo-Saxon religions.
I think at that point when the Monsters in My Pocket brand is going like worldwide, they're kind of streamlining a lot of things. So they're just like they open up a book of all of the religious figures, and it's like, oh, cool, let's throw a hatchet on them and get them a little ragtag clothes and some blood in there. Give them a little superpower. Give them some HP. You know?
These figures seem popular already. I imagine if we add a hatchet, this is gonna fly off the shelves.
Yeah. Look at this one. This one already has 6 arms. We don't have to do anything. Just slap it on a card.
Oh my God, 6 arms with a hatchet in each arm? Okay, so they also did Dinosaur in My Pocket, Secret Skeleton, blah, 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 Space Aliens, Monster Wrestlers in My Pocket. Oh. Now, they did...
Enough wrestling in my pocket.
This
It
is
goes on.
The Monster Wrestlers in My Pocket debuted in the United Kingdom in 1994, no longer produced by Matchbox, blah, blah, blah. The first 9... including Tony the Tiger as a coach, were released in Kellogg's Frosties cereal, which I assume Frosties are Frosted Flakes in the UK.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's their Royale with cheese, right?
No. England is not on the metric system, so you can still have a quarter pounder in England, but in the rest of Europe,
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were mainlining education here.
Yeah, but I haven't had my fix in a little bit.
Okay, so we got to move on here, Jason, because I'm pretty tired of this topic, and we got to get to Godwin's Law. Ooh, I do see radiation here. Radiation,
It's a form,
nuclear bomb, World War II, Nazis, but we're still running into the issue of Nazis being such a big topic.
Well, I feel like with Nazis, you're going to get Hitler. Right?
Oh, maybe C also.
The big dog. And
the big dog.
And then from there, you go down to pop culture.
All right.
You go down the references.
Hitler in pop culture? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
He had like a TV show in like Poland or something, didn't he?
Hitler?
Yeah. Not the actual Hitler.
The Adolf?
No, I mean this was like maybe 10 years, probably more in the 90s. There was at least a pilot episode that aired that was like about Hitler in a what's it called? Not single camera, three camera sitcom.
It was like a workplace comedy.
No, it was like a what's it called? Everybody Loves Raymond type of comedy.
Oh, okay, a family comedy.
A family comedy.
Well, who's Hitler's family? Ava Braun, his second in command.
No, he had
Churchill.
I think he had kids.
Churchill.
He adopted in this. I mean,
oh, okay.
I think a lot of you have to what's it called?
Suspend belief.
Yes.
I think a workplace comedy with Hitler would have done a little better.
But is he the boss?
Because you have, yeah,
Is he the-
obviously
yeah,
he's
he's
the
the-
boss, but you get like the lower ranking people talking behind his back. There's a love interest with Ava Braun.
What if they made a show that was like that, and like Hitler plays like the Michael Scott character?
Exactly.
It's like, does he play him like a Michael Scott? Like he's a little
He's a
little
little
dumb?
inappropriate, yeah, a little dumb, but he loves his Nazi workers.
So, and this is kind of takes place like before he got the role of Fuhrer.
No, this is Prime Fuhrer.
This Prime Fuhrer?
We gotta no the reboot in 10 years. That's when you discover the backstory,
Okay.
and it's darker. It's not a comedy anymore.
Oh, right.
It's
Like the
just
Fresh Prince.
World War II.
Like the Fresh Prince.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hitler's a lot like the Fresh Prince.
All right.
The shows, just the shows. Jesus.
Okay, we're on radiation. In physics, radiation is the emission or transmission of energy in the form of waves or particles through space or through a material medium. This includes all sorts of radiation. Let's get down to bombs, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little surprised they're not just like nuclear bomb on the first section here. Oh,
I mean, there's a big biohazard sign.
yeah.
It's got to mean something,
The
right?
international symbol for types and levels of ionizing radiation radioactivity that are unsafe for unshielded humans. Radiation in general exists throughout nature, such as in light and sound. So it's all around us. It's just those dangerous levels.
Oh, yeah.
So this says ionizing radiation, and under radiation it says not to be confused with ionizing radiation. I'm going to ionizing radiation.
Because we are confused.
The dangerous one.
Oh, like the bad boy.
Yeah, the bad boy of
Yeah.
radiation. The one that's going to bring out Brockovich.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you don't want this one.
No.
It consists of subatomic particles or electromagnetic waves
Yeah, that sounds bad.
have sufficient energy to ionize atoms or molecules by detaching electrons from them. The particles generally travel at a speed that is 99% of that of light, and the electromagnetic waves are on the high energy portion of the electromagnetic spectrum.
It's nice to know, though, like, if you're going to go out like
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah, it's
Like,
quick,
I mean,
fast as light.
99% as fast.
I'm on the spectrum.
Oh. Wait, what?
The electromagnetic spectrum.
So this is what you're yelling out as you're
it's
dying?
coming towards you. Because
You don't even have time to yell that out.
if you're on the spectrum, you do. You're like, definitely a lot of light. Definitely a lot.
That's true.
Sources of radiation. Should we go down to that or? Yeah, probably. Right?
I mean, yes, I would think that one of them is like that sort of explosion.
okay,
but
here we
there's
go.
gonna be many
Here we
others.
go, Jason.
Let's do it.
We have natural sources like, I wonder if some of the Mad Gasser victims felt some natural radiation sources, and that's why.
Like organic?
Yeah, maybe. Whole Foods has radiation in the little bottles. Oh, it's so overpriced.
Like a little
but
spritz?
God, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk through it. And then there's man-made sources, peaceful purposes such as nuclear power, transport of nuclear and radioactive material, and then there's military purposes, nuclear tests, and nuclear fallout. So I think nuclear fallout or tests. Either way, we're getting.
Fallout.
I went
or
to
I guess
test.
you could both, yeah.
Nuclear weapon testing are
Can't-
experiments
Can't
carried
fry an egg
out.
without cracking a few eggs, you know?
That's what Einstein said.
Yep.
The first nuclear device was detonated as a test by the United States at the Trinity site in New Mexico on July 16th, 1945, with a yield
That's
of...
where that movie The Hills Have Eyes, I believe, takes place.
No.
And
Wait,
it's like-
takes place in the movie or they filmed it there?
Probably both.
I wouldn't want to film it there. I feel like that's how John Wayne died. Because he filmed
John Wayne Gacy?
No, not John Wayne Gacy. He died by...
Sorry, I only know one
electric
John
chair.
Wayne, and that's
No, you don't. No, you don't. You know the American actor John Wayne.
was
I'm
past
not
my
buying
time.
it.
It's past my time.
Okay. It was before your time. Both of them were before your time.
Right. So I'm past it.
Get it?
You want Why would you do it on me?
Well,
You flick it away.
but it's gonna live. It's a mosquito.
No, it's not gonna live.
Yeah, if you don't.
Imagine. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Imagine you're a person standing there, and then imagine a gigantic finger, or like a what's it called? That ball?
Mosquito.
No, that ball, that wrecking ball. Imagine a wrecking ball just.
Okay.
So that's what a finger is to a mosquito. If you just go right there and you flick it.
No way.
It's like
you can't flick a mosquito.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, they'll come back around like a boomerang, and then they'll be on you.
No, because you flick it, and the flick itself.
No way.
Plus hitting the wall.
No,
he just got like fucking.
No way.
He got fucking. What's it called? Meet Joe Blacked. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, good. Yes,
Yeah.
I Brad Pitted that mosquito.
No, I would have done it if I flicked him because that's one hit,
No
and then
way.
he hits off. He wasn't gonna survive that.
Jason.
He was gonna get concussed. He was gonna get a concussion from my flick, and then his brain
a
would have.
little mosquito concussion.
And then
No way.
his brain would splatter on the wall right here. This lovely white wall.
Well, we can't have that. There was blood in its brain, probably from.
And then it would just fall into its death. Like the impact of falling straight down, no wings.
Jason.
I'm just saying, like, don't just.
I saved your life. You were about to get Zika.
No, it wasn't.
You could have.
I eat Zika for breakfast.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah.
Don't eat Zika for breakfast. Eat
Kellogg's-
Frosties.
Kellogg's Zika.
That's what they call it in Costa Rica.
Part of your complete breakfast.
Okay. So, anyway, there were nuclear weapons tests. The first nuclear device was detonated in Trinity, blah, blah, blah. The first thermonuclear weapon technology test of an engineered device, codenamed Ivy Mike, was tested at somewhere in the Marshall Islands in 1952.
I thought they were gonna name it something like Hot Tamale.
Hot Tamale Mike?
Yeah. Hot Tamale and Mike.
I wonder why they called it Ivy Mike. We don't have time for this. All right, so
because the guy who invented it was named Mike and from an Ivy League.
Oh, that might be, yeah.
That was his nickname from college.
All right,
Ivy Mike.
I'm going to Ivy Mike real quick. We're running out of time, but I want to know. Ivy Mike was the code name given, due to its physical size and fusion fuel type, the Mike device was not suitable for use as a deliverable weapon. Wait, but that doesn't say why. Okay, it was Operation Ivy. I don't know about the Mike part.
Ivy?
Okay, so I'm back on nuclear
But thank you for the compliment.
weapons testing. I don't want the testing. I want the actual
The results, baby.
the drop.
I want the results.
Okay.
How many people were dead after this guy invented this shit?
Oh boy. There's a See Also article called How to Photograph an Atomic Bomb.
Yeah, let's do it. Then we go to Atomic Bomb, and then we know
Okay, yeah.
we know who fucking banged one out first.
How to Photograph an Atomic Bomb is a history and photography book written by Peter Curran and published in 2006. Oh, no. All right, it documents the stories of the men who photographed U.S. nuclear weapons tests between 1945 and 1963 and the techniques they used to capture nuclear blasts on film. I wonder how many of them lived very long. Okay.
Not very long, and they lived with radiation poisoning.
Yeah, exactly. So I could go to oh my goodness. A traveling exhibit based on the book was purchased by the Atomic Testing Museum. Hey kids, let's have a fun afternoon at the Atomic Testing Museum. Do you want to go to the Atomic Testing Museum article?
Yes. No, and I want to take a real field trip there.
So the National Atomic Testing Museum is in Las Vegas, Nevada, not surprisingly. It documents the history of nuclear testing at the Nevada test site. All right, let's go to the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty.
Whoa.
Jeez, that's our timer. Are we going to have to pick up? Oh, no, Jason. Are you TOD'd? Oh, no. Jason's he's catatonic. We gotta mainline some learning back in him.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I mentally checked out because I'm so disappointed in us.
Dude, we spent a lot of time on the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. And
that Dutch ovener, man, he's got us again.
do you want to keep going here, Jason, or do you just want to wrap it up and pick up where we left off? Not where we left off. We would do Godwin's Law next time.
I mean, yeah, I'm thirsting for some Godwin. Let's give us how about like a two link minimum.
Oh,
Two, yeah, we'll call this the 2 links or less.
Okay.
All right, we're on this power, not power.
We're not gonna get to Godwin's Law
Hey,
in 2 links.
Have faith in Black Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Come on now.
Okay, but we're not trying to make it there necessarily.
Make it there and make it square.
All right.
Squarespace, our sponsor for today's episode. WikiU, put in your code WikiU on squarespace.com.
And what's that get them?
Fucking sweet ass website.
Okay. So
Kind of sells itself.
unleash your creativity today. Oh, here we go, Jason. The Manhattan Project,
Ooh,
of course.
That was in there?
That was in there.
Of course.
The Manhattan Project was a research and development undertaking during World War II.
Can we find Nazis in there? I feel like we can find Nazis.
Oh, yeah.
Let's find
We
Nazis
can
in
find
there.
Nazis
Yeah.
in here. Yeah, now
What did I say
it's...
before? 3
now
links or
it's-
less?
You
Did I
said 2.
Okay.
The Manhattan Project was a research and development undertaking during World War II that produced the
R&D.
first nuclear weapons. It was led by the United States with the support of the United Kingdom and Canada. From 1942 to 1946, the project was under the direction of some general of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Nuclear physicist Robert Oppenheimer was the director of the Los Alamos laboratory that designed the actual bombs. Why was it called the Manhattan Project, I wonder?
Did it not take place in...
Well, it took place in Los Alamos eventually. I don't know where it started.
Maybe they kept all the secrets in Manhattan.
Possibly. Or maybe they didn't
Drank
keep all the
Manhattans.
secrets
Oh.
in Manhattan. And that was just a cover. But guess what the budget was, Jason?
Ooh, okay. Hold on.
You can guess. Wait. You can
Gauge
guess.
me?
Wait.
Okay.
You can guess the budget then or the budget in today's dollars.
With inflation?
Yeah, it began modestly in 1939, but grew to employ more than 130,000 people. I can't believe we were able to keep this bomb a secret.
Yeah. Okay, so can you give me like a little, how do you say, I want like a gauge. Like, can you give me like, can you relate it to like a movie box office?
That would be a virtual impossibility if you're guessing in today's dollars.
A virtual impossible. So wow. So they spent more.
I would say
than virtually
I'm guessing it's got to be double the Fast and the Furious franchise. You got to make 18 Fast and the Furious movies to get to the Manhattan Project, maybe. And we might have to check my math on the Fast
I don't think your math is right, but I'm guessing what you're trying to tell me is
today's dollars.
Today's dollars.
Yeah.
Around between 18 to 20 billion?
23 billion.
23 billion.
Hey,
Okay.
all right, we're speaking the same language.
But you are wrong that each Fast and the Furious movie garners $1 billion, though.
No, what I'm saying is the total franchise may have made around $10 billion.
Okay, that's probably fair.
Yeah, I think there's a
With
Fast
worldwide,
movie that
yeah.
made $2 billion.
Sure, worldwide.
Yeah.
Box office, sure. Okay,
All right.
but anyways, hey, pretty close.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
2 types
My
of
guessing streak still good. Hey, I'm coming under, baby.
I don't know. Someone check that fact. 2 types of atomic bombs were developed concurrently during the war: a relatively simple gun-type fission weapon and a more complex implosion-type nuclear weapon. The Thin Man gun-type design proved impractical to use with plutonium and therefore a simpler gun type called Little Boy was
Little Boy.
developed.
Little boy, little boy, little boy.
Always busting off nukes, Little Boy.
Yeah.
That's the Little Boy. It's pretty big.
Pretty big boy, if you ask me, but the name, I think it's kind of like that. You know how.
Like Tiny is a really fat guy.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what the big boy was. Even small.
even
Oh,
small.
wait.
The suppository?
Look at this. The Fat Man plutonium implosion type weapon was developed in a concerted design and development effort by the Los Alamos Laboratory. And the Fat Man looks like that. All right, so I got one more link in me here, Jason. I do see the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Is it a sausage link?
Okay, so I feel like we could, you're right, we could find Nazi in here.
You look hard enough. You can find Nazi anywhere.
I know. That's what Godwin's law states. Eventually,
Right.
you'll hit Nazi.
Eventually, everyone hits a Nazi.
That makes sense. Here's the legacy. The political and cultural impacts of the development of nuclear weapons were profound and far-reaching. William Lawrence of the New York Times, the first to use the phrase atomic age. Yo, without the nuclear bomb, we wouldn't have had such cool atomic architecture.
I'm a big fan.
I am too.
Post-atomic era, post-war atomic era.
I mean,
Mid-century atomic.
the stuff in LA, the freaking
Googie.
LAX airport, the big thing is
The little Epcot Center
atomic.
thing? Yep.
Yeah. Almost worth the bomb for the architecture. How did people see a nuclear bomb and they were like, I'm going to make signs, buildings. I'm going to make a whole design theory based on that.
I guess when death is visual, I think it resonates with people more, right? You see that big old mushroom head. I mean, mushroom. Whoa, if you're looking at the wrong
Little
television, if you're looking
Freudian
at a
slip.
mushroom head and not
How
a mushroom,
to photograph a mushroom head.
not a mushroom cloud, I feel like, it changes people to know that annihilation is an
Right
instant
around the
away.
corner.
Yeah.
Right
It can
above
be.
you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jason, I don't see Nazi in here. Again, we're going to have to pick up next time on WikiU at Godwin's Law. I can't believe we couldn't make it. We're just blobbing away about schoolhouses and mainlighting education and field day, and time got away from us.
Look, it happens to the best of us, but we're going to be back, and hopefully you guys can join us on the next one, because I am sure as hell excited to know a little bit more about Godwin's
Law.
I was going to say plan for some reason.
You're thinking of God's plan.
Yeah,
That's Drake, and that's a topic for another day.
that's Drake Law.
Drake Law.
That's Drake Law.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I had a lot of fun on this one. Please
Hey,
remember.
wait, what is that? Hey, guys. We've been talking this whole time.
Yeah, but I'm done
Hey,
talking.
guys.
I'm done talking to you.
No.
I want to talk to them now.
Okay.
Hey, guys, thanks again for joining us on this episode, and join us on the next one, because I'm sure as hell excited to get on God's plan.
Godwin's Law.
Sure.
We're going to start with Godwin's Law. It's going to be a very religious heavy, very Nazi heavy episode. The classics.
And don't forget to rate and review, and most importantly, tell a friend about Wiki University.
3 thumbs up. Bye.
See you next time.